Alright, today we'll be tearing apart a 2012 Ranger 800. We'll start by taking off the head cover here. Got 10mm bolts all the way around this. And there's the rockers there. You've got the valves sticking up here. We will take off the rockers. Keep these four together, and then once you take these off, you'll see the push rods there in the bottom. And these push rods will just pull out, just 4 of them there. Next, what we'll do is pull the head. So there's 9/16 12-point head bolts here, and these are just regular threaded bolts, but they are very tight from the factory. Putting them back together, you'll want to use a crisscross pattern, and that'll just keep your gasket from pinching in areas that it shouldn't be pinched. So we've got 6 of these head bolts here. This head should be ready to come off. So you can wiggle it back and forth. A lot of times that gasket's sealed up. They're a little challenging to get off, but this one came off fairly easily. You've got your 2 pistons here and your cylinder block here. If you look down in there, you can see your camshaft will be. There's your cylinder head gasket here, and that's a metal gasket, a 3-plated gasket, and then your cylinder will just raise right off of here. This cylinder looks to be in good condition. We will check measurements on it. Then we've got your piston here. Piston off, what I do is take a pick and pry the circlip out. You can get in behind it here. Just kind of pull that out. Be careful, it could go flying. You want to use eye protection when pulling those out. And then a lot of times, just need to get it far enough that it clears the rod. Then there's your piston pin here. The circlip goes down in that area. Do the same on the other side. You won't be able to split this case without pulling these pistons. So same thing again, circlip is on either side of the piston. These cases are extremely easy to tear down, take apart because there's no transmission in them. So that just a lot less parts on these. These I'm just using a magnet here and going to pull these out. If you can't pull them out at that time, if you flip your motor upside down, a lot of times those will just fall out. So then we're going to tip this engine case here, and we will take apart the water pump and take this crankcase cover apart. Again, 10mm bolts all the way around this. Alright, and there is your water pump cover, your impeller cover there, and there's your impeller. With those bolts together, we'll pull that nut off of there, or just take this cover off here, and then we'll be able to get to it a little bit easier. Your stator and flywheel would sit in this area here. That part of it was already removed. There's the propellers off. Plastic propeller there. And there is your crankcase cover. Couple gears in there. We will pull those off. 13mm bolts.